Hello, everybody, and welcome to All Five Tiers, the new YouTube show where we're going to talk about not just the Premier League, but from the Premier League to the National League. I'm joined by Bobby. It has been a long time since we've done a show together, so how are you, buddy?
I'm all right, mate. I've missed that song, mate. I'm the one that's done that song. I missed that song. I haven't played that for a long time, but I'm doing all right, mate. How are you?
I'm not bad, mate. I'm not bad at all, thank you.
Good, but yeah, look. At the end of the day, obviously the season doesn't kick off till August. It's time to talk, isn't it? Really, because a lot of these teams are doing business already.
Yes.
Unlike the Premier League, which does take a long time because it involves a lot of money. But a lot of these teams are doing a lot of business already. It's going to be interesting.
It's going to be very interesting.
Oh, I knew Chris would be here. Chris will be wondering who I'm going to talk about in the National League. Because I know it. Chris, make sure you get your predictions in as well, mate. Because I know you're exactly the same as me when it comes to the pyramid. You love them just as much as I do. Are we going to do who you think's going to go up from each league?
Yes. And who we think is going to go down. Now, I will say, thank you, Sky. Thank you, Sky, because you have actually got the updated tables on. So I'm having a look at them as we go along.
Great, because where's my bloody phone? I had my phone a minute ago. Right, because I'm going to have to do the relegation. I've done my predictions for like top three. I have not done relegation because you never told me that.
I never told you anything, to be fair.
No, to be fair, this was meant to be a season review, but Colmes just decided to do a curveball on me, which is lovely.
Yeah. This is payback for all the times that you say I'm from Sheffield.
Well, it's only going to happen more fucking often now, mate, if I'm honest.
Thanks, mate. Thanks, yeah. Appreciate that. Right. Shall we start in the Championship?
Yeah,
I know Chris is in there. We'll talk about some small team beginning with a C a little bit later on when we get down to the National League. Sorry, Chris.
We're going to go with Championship first. Are we going for promotion or relegation first?
What we'll go for first, we'll go for relegation first. Why not? Yeah. Let's go relegation first.
Who are your... Well, are you just going to say Sheffield United and Sheffield Wednesday just because they're Sheffield clubs?
No, I'm not. No.
You're going to be fair?
I'm going to be fair. I've got my Rovers shirt on, but I'm going to be fair.
Go on, what the three you reckon are going to get relegated next season? I think this is tough.
It is tough. It's very, very tough. Now, I think Oxford will go down.
Okay.
I don't actually know how much business Oxford have done at the minute, if any.
Don't ask me because I'm not going to go on to that. I'm not going to go on my system to find out.
No, yeah. By the looks of it, they haven't done any business whatsoever at the moment. So Oxford, I think for me, is probably one of the weaker teams.
Yeah.
In there. I'm not going to say Sheffield United or Sheffield Wednesday. I said I wouldn't, so I'm not going to. I think they'll be. I think one of them will be flirting with it, but I don't think.
Yeah, I think Wednesday might do.
Yeah. I'm going to say Queen's Park Rangers. They're another shout I'm going to give out.
Haven't they got a new manager? Chris, haven't they got a new manager now, QPR? Pretty sure.
Edward. Oh, no, that's Middlesbrough boss. Edwards. I don't know. I can't say.
Chris saying Hull, QPR, Preston, Portsmouth, and Preston are all in it, in my opinion, Wednesday if Roll leaves.
He's put QPR in there.
Yeah. Oh, is it the same man? For some reason, I read that the QPR manager had gone. Oh, well. So you've gone with Oxford, QPR.
Yep. And my last one's completely left field, and it probably won't happen, but I really want it to. Wrexham.
Oh, that won't happen. Yeah.
I want it to.
Why?
Because, right, They're playing pissing Football Manager in real life. That's why.
Oh, so you're jealous.
I want to get knocked down a peg.
You're jealous because it's a very well-run club.
It's a very well-run club buying players that could still play 2 leagues above where they've bought them from.
Because they can afford it.
Yeah, but I mean, they're basically Manchester City of the lower leagues.
Nah, I love what Rob and Ryan have done personally. You know, and I, for being an Arsenal fan, I'll be honest, it's not that easy like in Wrexham for something that happened in the FA Cup a few years ago. But I just love what they've done. Absolutely love it.
They can
okay,
go down.
All right, Mr. Colm. If this was to happen to Donny, are you going to lap it up?
No.
Oh, you're still going to go, oh, don't you dare ruin my club by improving us. Don't you dare get us promoted.
It's not that. No, I'm all for clubs getting bought and stuff improving. What I am annoyed with is when they're in League One and going out and spending more than anybody else bar Birmingham because they got bought by that pigskin throwing person.
Mr. Brady.
That's the one. Mr. Brady.
Well, he's part of the consortium. He's not the only owner.
Yeah. But then they're going out and buying people like Steven Fletcher and Jay Rodriguez, who could probably still do the job in a lower league Premiership side. So yes, I'm not happy that they're doing it because nobody else has that kind of money in the league, which is why they've pissed the last 2 seasons because nobody can compete financially with them. Just
so everyone knows, it's not Christmas and it's not Scrooge that's on here at the moment.
It is.
Jeez. I don't talk about misery guts.
Yes.
Is it because it's hot in Donny at the moment?
It's really hot in Donny.
Mate, it's 30. It's 31 up here, mate.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is where you are, but Jesus.
At this moment in time in Donny, we're sat on 33 degrees.
Oh, Jesus. Man,
and I'm sweating like a pig.
Yeah.
But no, yeah, and Chris just said there they've been linked with Jamie Vardy and Tom Kearney.
Yeah.
So, again, they're going to have. I mean, they're coming against teams like obviously Sheffield United. Birmingham's obviously going to be one that's going to try and go back up. Ipswich Town, and they're still going to have more financial power than most of them.
Yeah. I don't see the problem personally.
I do. They are the Man City of the lower leagues. That is the issue.
I want all the clubs to have rich owners so they can all have some success personally, because the fans deserve it, and this is what I care about: is the fans and the local community. I don't care about owners getting rich, and to be fair, they don't really need the money. So I have no issues with it because the Wrexham fans and the local area is doing extremely well out of it. So I'm happy.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm happy for the rejuvenation of Wrexham. Just not the football.
He's just been a misery gut. Misery. Victor Meldrew. That's what I'm going to call you now. Victor Meldrew. Right. So you've gone with Wrexham because you're a miserable git. QPR and Oxford. You know what? They ain't bad shouts, to be fair. I don't think Wrexham will be anywhere near it. I just know you've just been grumpy. My 3. Oh, Jesus. I'm going to go with Hull. I just think they're just not going to. Yeah. Hull, Derby. Hull, Derby, and Oxford. I just don't see Oxford doing anything. It's good to see him in the Championship, but I think they will severely falter. Charlton, I think, will be all right. They look good. They've got a great youth network, so they'll be fine. They're my 3. Derby, Hull, and Oxford. Who did Chris go with? Can't see his comment now.
Hull, QPR, Preston, Portsmouth. We're rolling it Wednesday as well.
Oh, he's going with Hull, QPR, Preston as bottom 3 though at the moment.
Yeah,
but exactly these will all change. Obviously, once that everyone's had a full window, and we've seen what they've done strengthening wise, we will obviously change our ideas. But at the moment, I think that is the most sensible idea. Is obviously it's just ignore Mr. Grumpy.
I'm not the only one.
You are.
I'm not. Look what Chris has just said here. I just don't like people calling Wrexham a story a fairy tale.
Oh,
It's not.
No, I don't call it a fairy tale. I just like the fact that
They all do.
these smaller clubs are being given some good financial backing, and it's good. It's not like you're buying a Premier League club and just ruining it. There are a lot of people that come into clubs and ruin everything, take it apart. Not mention any names.
No, that's not.
But that is what can happen. But when it's on a positive, also people don't seem to want to be happy about it. So, for me, if they come in and do a good job, like they have at Birmingham, like they have at Wrexham, then good, great, happy for them. But I am not happy when it all goes tits up and ruins the whole club personally.
No. I mean, and Dermo's started drinking early. He's saying that he's got Derby County to win the league.
The Championship,
Yeah.
Derby.
Yeah, he started drinking early, mate.
Yeah. That is no, that's not a team I'm even considering. To even get in the playoffs, in all fairness. Yeah, he's definitely started drinking. So we're going for top. Who are you going for? Let's go for all three to get promoted.
All three to get promoted, okay.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not going to say Wrexham because I've said they're going to go down. I think Birmingham.
Yeah.
Because they've just got mega money as well. So I think they'll go. Yeah, Birmingham, I'll say, will win the league.
Okay.
Then I'm going to have... Leicester second.
Okay.
Sheffield United third.
Bloody hell, that must have been painful for you to say that.
That was very painful. I actually threw up a little bit in my mouth.
I thought so. Chris saying Preston will know. Yeah. I think they'll struggle. I don't think they'll go down, though, in my opinion. Yeah. I wish QPR... See, QPR is a soft spot for anybody London-based or got a soft spot for London. QPR is one of those clubs everyone loves. There's no one... I haven't met anyone from London who hates QPR. It's a small, tiny stadium, lovely location. It's just a nice club. The fans are lovely. Hull, very badly run. Yeah. Like I said, I've said this to Coleman, I've said this to Rebel many, many times. Their club is not the only one that's run badly. There's a few of them.
There is.
And unfortunately...
Obviously, nobody wants an ownership that's making the team suffer. We've had far too many. Bury, I believe, were one wanted that got absolutely destroyed. And there's plenty more that I could probably... Derby County were nearly won as well. But yeah, it's nice to see teams doing well. But what I will say, obviously, I'm not a massive fan about anybody apart from Doncaster United, but I will give credit. I will give credit to QPR. Their hot dogs are fantastic. The hot dogs in the stadium are great. They really are.
Oh, for God's sake! To be fair, there is a lot of football stadiums that have a very good food selection. Go to the Molineux. I guarantee you will find some of the best burger vans around here. And pork roast, honestly, they're amazing. Is Dermot seriously
I don't know.
Drinking?
I don't know.
I know he said that he meant Sheffield United, but there's a big difference between someone that's actually been promoted.
Dermot's talking about what's going to happen. What happened last season, I think.
Yeah. Chris is going for champion Southampton, automatic promotion Leicester. What about your third choice, Chris? Who else will come up? I think... I hate saying this because I can't stand the team. Ipswich will come back up as winners.
Tractor boys.
Fidging
Your favourite team, mate. What are you on about? We all know you've got a signed Ipswich shirt in your background. That's why your camera's not on.
I'm going to shove that shirt. The sun doesn't shine on you in a minute, mate.
Next to your 427-inch screen TV.
Bugger off. I think Birmingham will come up in second. And my third one is more hope than I think it will happen. Only because I really want Sunderland to stay up and Newcastle to stay up next season. And I want Middlesbrough to come up as well. I want all three of them. I want mayhem. I really do. I want mayhem. It's not obviously not for football violence, but it's just going to be great for the city and that area as well. It's just going to be hilarious to watch. And who's the new manager at Middlesbrough now? It's because Carrick got sacked, didn't he?
Yeah, it's Edwards.
Oh, Robbie. Yeah, Rob Edwards. Yeah. And in all fairness, he's good at the championship level. So, yeah, I'm going to go with Middlesbrough as the third one. Has Chris chosen the third one?
He's put Coventry by playoffs.
Oh, yeah. It's a good shout. Especially with Lampard still there.
They're a good team, Coventry.
They are. I honestly do think the championship, again, I'll say this every season, to be honest, it's going to be one of the hardest ones to predict. Because it is. It's a wonderful league. I have to admit the final was absolutely dreadful, but the league itself is really, really good. Oh my God. Dermot's seriously drinking, isn't he?
West Brom with Ryan Mason.
Look, don't get me wrong. Ryan Mason's a good coach. I think it's a bit too big for him at the moment. West Brom are a big club. And that's hard for me to say because I live in Wolverhampton. But West Brom are a big club. I think it's too big a task for him. I think he would have been better off going to Plymouth, where Cleverley's gone. I just think West Brom's too big. I think when Birmingham Wrexham will finish playoffs, will be around pretty tough. Oh yeah, 100% will be tougher. I think Wrexham could push for the playoffs.
They're finishing bottom of the league.
It will be a shock if they do. I never rule out anything. Let's be honest, because anything can happen in the Championship. If you're not prepared, you're screwed. We've seen how many teams literally go from the Premier League straight down to League One.
Well,
because they just were not prepared. If you're not prepared for it and you're not tough enough, you will go down again. Luton did it. Wolves have done it. Yeah, it's one for me.
Saying that.
I don't know about you, but I think it's the toughest league in the world.
The Championship?
Yeah.
Oh, yes. By far the toughest league.
And everyone's saying, oh, you can't buy players from the Championship. Yes, you bloody well can, because they're tough cookies, mate, I tell you. So look at Gyökeres now, right? Arsenal weren't keen on him because he was Coventry. I couldn't give a monkey's arse. Personally, they're the type of players I want because they know how to, fight up against a tough defender, get hard tackles, because there are hard tackles in the Championship still. It's, Semenyo, he looked amazing in the Championship. Look at how good he is now. It's people have so much disrespect for it, and it really knocks me off because hang on, right? Because you're a United fan, right? I can't think of anyone on top of my head, right? But if you were going for one of their best players in the Championship from last season, would you be that bothered because he's from the Championship?
No.
No.
But I think I'm with you in this camp because obviously I'm a Rovers fan as well. I'm a local club. So I watch a lot of lower league football anyway.
Yeah.
So I'm not blind to actually seeing how hard and how good quality football is down there.
Yeah.
So like Dermo, I think Dermo covered a cup game. I think it was Everton versus Donegal like last season. And he said he was actually really impressed with the football that a League Two team was playing.
Yeah.
So
this is why.
This is why Premier League teams send their young players to Championship, League One, League Two.
Oh yeah, 100%. Of course they are. The quality is actually. I love watching National League games. They are the most fun to watch. Not because they make stupid errors, because it's actually really fun football, really good football. And the reffings are better as well, in my opinion. But hey ho, it is what it is.
Coventry City will be a dark horse.
You know what, that is a possibility. I think Dermot is now coming off the alcohol and going on to the coffee now.
Yeah.
But
It's on his fourth cup.
yeah, Coventry, could be a dark horse. I think with Frank Lampard there, and I don't get the hate towards him as being a coach. I think he's a very good coach. And they've got a big youth team there, which suits him. Again, look what he did with Chelsea when he was using all their youth. He did wonders. And Derby as well, if you remember what he did with Derby. Yeah. That was when they literally couldn't sign anyone. They were having to use like under 21s, under 18s. He did an amazing job because he just knows he's a good character, Frank, and I think he'll do well.
Yeah, I think he will as well. I mean, this is quite a thing. Steve Cooper is obviously still available. Do you think it's a bit of a surprise no lower league club has snapped him up?
Yeah, because I love him. I think he's awesome. I love Steve. I know everyone says, "Oh, he's such an ugly bugger." Who cares how ugly someone is? Jesus, like seriously, who cares?
Do you want him in to replace Arteta?
No, I'm not going to go down there because someone will hit me and send it somewhere. I'm done talking about Arteta for this season at the moment. We'll see what happens by December. But yeah, no, Steve Cooper is a very good coach. I'm sure if you got a Donny, who's your manager there?
Grant McCann.
Oh, well, okay, that might be close to say if you got Steve Cooper, you'd be well happy. But Grant McCann's obviously a Donny legend, isn't he? So
yeah. Second spell with us, Mr. McCann.
Yeah,
the Donny legend.
And look, obviously we'll get onto League One shortly, but yeah, Steve Cooper deserves a good shout, a good club. Yeah, because I think he did wonders.
Yeah, I mean, like, I think if Steve Cooper went to, I'm just trying to actually have a look here, a Southampton, maybe a Watford, they'd probably end up around that 6th place mark.
I would take Watford out due to the fact that his ownership problems there.
Okay,
because they just buy whoever's linked within their system of clubs they own. So,
well, I'll swap Watford for Swansea then.
Yeah, okay, I'll go with that. Yeah, Steve's a very good coach. Knows exactly how to get things out of players that, let's be honest, aren't wonderful. It's like Eddie Howe, very underrated manager in my opinion. Because what he's done with Josh Murphy, who I still think to this day is it's not Josh, is it Jacob? Isn't it
Jacob Murphy? Yeah,
is a miracle. I'll be honest, because a few years ago I was like, how the hell is this kid at Newcastle? But now I'll be honest, geez, the kid's wonderful, and it's not just him; it's other players. Dan Burn, I love him to bits. Don't get me wrong, I do. But how he's managed to make him into a very good left back is beyond me, because he's like 6'9". He's massive, really. What's Dermot's question here?
Do we think that the Championship is the toughest league in Europe?
Yeah, without doubt. Yeah, for me it is. I honestly do. I would love to do a social experiment one season. I know it will never happen, so bear that in mind. To send the top half of the Premier League into the Championship and switch them out. I guarantee there will be some major shocks.
Do it. Do it, because then United might win a league.
Because I guarantee the top 10 won't be the top 10 in the Championship. I can guarantee it.
I reckon I'll vote. I'll back that. I'll vote for it because United aren't in the top half or top 10, so it gets us closer to that top spot. So yes, I fully support this idea. Dermo's on board as well.
Yeah, well, I'm not surprised you both finished bottom half last season.
I mean, Dermo. I think we should send Spurs to like League 2 or something. More their kind of level. But
I know he's got the power to join us. So,
well, I'm saying that because he said I was on the phone to him before I jumped on with you. And he was saying about Sheffield and how it is there, and so that's my payback for that one. Right. Let's move on to League One.
Yeah.
I'm going to let you start this one. We'll start again with the relegated teams. So it is 4 to go down.
Yes, it is indeed. Let me just have a look at the table.
Well, you can choose. You can choose Rotherham United. You can choose
Oh,
Barnsley.
Right. Let me have a look. So 4 to go down.
Yes.
Northampton. I'm going to go with one of that. That's one team I'm going to go with. They don't do very well sometimes, and I think this will be their time to fall back down again. Wimbledon. I think they won't have enough to stay up, in my opinion. This one's tough.
Yeah, it is. It's very tough.
I want to go with Stevenage as well. I apologise if you heard that because I heard it. I hope you didn't, but I heard what was just said downstairs. Oh dear. Anyway, ooh, I don't know if Bradford are going to be able to do it. I'm going to go Bradford as well to go back down.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm leaving your Donny out of it because I think they will have enough. Are you keeping Molyneux?
Yeah. They signed a new contract as well.
That's cool. That's fine. Yeah. So I think that'll be fine.
And we're making some decent business actually. We've signed a winger from Aberdeen. So he's coming from SPL to come and play. Okay. We've got a new goalkeeper, Jonathan Tallulah. I can't pronounce his last name. I can't pronounce his last name. But we've had him before in the past, and he's a very good goalkeeper as well. The only thing I'm worried about is the striker, because we had Rob Street, and obviously he's gone back to Lincoln, who are in obviously League One now.
Okay.
So, yeah, that worries me a little bit.
Okay. So who are your 4 to go down?
Rotherham, Barnsley. No.
He was so well behaved on the league, the championship.
I know. I was. No, they're not my teams. I'm going to go with. I'm going to put Stockport down.
Oh, okay.
I just think they're going to lack a little bit of quality this year, Stockport. I'm sorry, Bobby, but I'm going to say Plymouth.
You know what? I was umming and ahhing about that because I don't know how the Tom Cleverley experiment's going to work. So I have no issues with that. That
is literally the only reason why. Obviously, he's got a little bit of managerial experience, but I think he's going to get found out very quickly in League One. So them, Wimbledon, and then I will go with. Oh yeah, I think I'll go with Bradford as well.
Yeah.
And that's nothing on me hating Bradford City. So.
Yeah, I've just realised we both picked Wimbledon. It's no hate to Wimbledon. I actually want Wimbledon to come back up to the Premier League. It's where they deserve to be, in my opinion. But yeah, I just don't think they've got enough. They look decent, but I just don't think they've got enough.
No.
I hope I'm wrong. I really do hope I'm wrong on that one.
I don't know. I mean, it really. I'm struggling with League One, especially like with the teams that have come up, obviously from League Two with Donny, because most teams like Wimbledon and I believe who else came up with Donny? Wimbledon, Donny, and Bradford.
Yeah.
They had quite a commanding lead.
Yes.
And it just absolutely went tits up for them.
Yes.
And yes, you can get away with that a little bit more in League Two, but in League One, you can't.
Nope.
So I just think those problems might persist again this season.
No, I'm with you on that one. What's Chris saying? What's Dermot saying?
So, Chris is saying Stevenage, Burton, Northampton, That's who's going down.
Okay.
And he thinks somebody unexpected will go down in the final spot.
Okay.
So, and then he's put, I'm going to go Wickham to go down with
Wow.
Stevenage, Burton, and Northampton. I know they got playoffs. I think Dodds was lucky that Bloomfield got them to good points till they dropped off since he left.
That would be a shock.
Yeah. I can't see Wickham going down. I mean, anything's possible.
Well, yeah, but then it's League One again. It's
Yeah.
one of those quite unpredictable leagues, if you're honest.
Yeah.
It is tricky. So,
I mean, obviously, if you actually look there are some big guns in League One in the history-wise of football. Obviously, Wimbledon's there, Barnsley's there, Blackpool, Bolton, Bradford. You've got Huddersfield, Luton Town as well, Reading. You know, there's quite a lot of teams that have played Premier League or, you know, what it used to be called back in the day. Football.
Yeah.
Wigan
Yeah.
Athletic or another one.
yeah. Nah, I'm with you on that one.
Who's Dermo going with? Dermo's going with Wigan, Burton, Northampton, and
I
Wimbledon.
guess that's, Wimbledon.
He's already put his teams to go up. Wow, okay. He's beat us to punch, yeah.
Well, Charlton have already been promoted.
Yeah. Yeah,
They're in the Championship.
Charlton in Championship, mate.
That was the final I did. Later on, we're at Charlton.
Yeah. So you have to pick somebody else there, mate. Yeah, pick somebody else. We'll come back to it. And Chris is saying you're shocked. You shocked my Wickham prediction. I'm shocked by Stockport.
Yeah, Stockport have got. Like, I see what he's talking about. Stockport have got quite a good backing.
Yeah,
No,
I'm not saying they don't, but
I think he is.
He's definitely
Irish
drinking.
coffee, isn't he?
He's definitely drinking.
Right, so let's go
who's
to
going-
promotion.
Yeah, who's going up for you?
This one's actually quite easy at the moment. Luton, Cardiff, Huddersfield. I just think all three will bounce back up. I'll be honest. I don't think there's going to be a major shock. I'm sure Chris will come up with something different, but I just think all three will come back up. I think they've got too much. And I think there's a slight gap happening between, because a lot of people say, there's a gap happening between the Premier League and the Championship. I don't really think there's a massive gap, but I think there's a bigger gap happening between Championship and League One at the moment. So I think Luton, Cardiff and Huddersfield will all come back up easily.
Yeah, I mean, it's not too different from my view, to be fair. I've got Cardiff, Luton, but then I'm going with Blackpool.
Okay, yeah.
Because Blackpool are kind of like a bit of a yo-yo club anyway when it comes to the Championship, Premiership and League One.
Yeah.
Kind of fluctuate between them. And I think they might have just enough next season to get over the line. I mean, I can't remember. I don't know where they finished last season, to be fair.
No. Last season's all a blank because I'm working on the new season as it is, so I haven't got a clue where everyone finished now.
So Blackpool finished 9th last season.
Oh, okay, so just outside the playoffs.
So yeah, it was literally just outside of it. And obviously, if Birmingham and Wrexham weren't there,
Yeah.
but yeah, never mind.
fair dues.
Never mind. Yeah, Dermo's gone with Reading now.
Okay.
Now that he's had another sip of coffee, he's gone with Reading.
Okay. Well, fair dues. What's Chris done?
Chris is winners Cardiff, automatic promotion Stockport, because they've got an incredible squad. He's done watch-alongs and playoffs Wigan.
Oh, okay. Now I've seen why he's gone with that.
Ryan
So
Lowe,
he's-
great appointment, and Paul Mullin on loan.
Yeah, okay. I kind of see where he's going with that one. Yeah, Stockport, I kind of expect them to hit the playoffs, in my opinion. I think automatic bit too much at the moment. Wigan, yeah. But yeah, now getting Paul Mullin on loan. Yeah. Jesus. Yeah.
I'm not bothered with that. They could have Paul Mullin on loan because he didn't really do a lot last season.
Yeah. He's definitely more League Two striker where you don't want to don't want to play them against in League Two. League One, not the greatest sometimes.
Yeah, he's not prolific, is he?
No. He thinks Luton, Bolton, Blackpool, Wigan finish in playoff places.
Oh, God.
Okay, no Huddersfield. I suppose no one's gone with Huddersfield because I think that might shock some people. I think I quite fancy Huddersfield because they're strengthening pretty well. So I'm quite impressed with Huddersfield. But we'll see. So League Two.
Yes, League Two.
We're doing the relegation first.
Yes.
All right. I'm going to try not to do this out of hate. So Salford are going to be kept out of it for now. But I do hope they will because I can't stand them. Fucking hate them. I'm going to go with Cheltenham and Gillingham.
Cheltenham and Gillingham.
Yeah. I'll be interested in what Chris thinks of this one. Because this one, I think, again, leagues. None of the leagues are easy to predict, let's be honest. None of them are. But yeah, what about you for relegation?
See, it is really difficult. So I've seen how some of these teams played last season.
Yeah.
I think all of them will go back down.
You reckon?
Yeah, I do. I don't know why. I just think there's something. I mean, obviously you did the playoff final, didn't you?
Yeah.
And you said that all of them look really good. I think it all depends on how they improve the squad. I know they've got some good little players at the moment. I can't remember. I can't remember what for the life of me.
Don't ask
any
me
of the players' names.
The amount of names got in my head just because of transfers. I haven't got. Yeah, just no idea. But yeah, Oldham looked fairly good, to be fair.
But are they going to be able to? It's whether or not they're going to be able to push up to the next level.
Yeah, exactly. I wouldn't say it's a massive gap, but it is still a gap that you've got to make sure you're prepared.
Yeah.
So who's your other one?
And my other one is going to be. God, I'm trying to fight with myself here because I've seen 4 names that I think could go down. I'm going to go Cheltenham.
Okay, yeah.
They always seem to be. I mean, I don't know where they finished last season, but they always seem to be flirting with that spot every now and again. So I remember a couple of years ago they had to beat Donny, and then hope other results happened so they'd stay in the league. And it happened. It did happen. So, but I think they always like to flirt with that little area. Where did they finish last season? I mean, they finished 15th last season.
Yeah.
So they were comfortably mid-table, but
it doesn't take much to drop off in the League Two, to be fair.
No, not at all.
You can finish in the playoffs, and then the following season you'll literally be fighting for relegation. That's how quick it can change. Because most of the squads, they literally change 15 players every season. So
yeah,
it's different team from one season to the next.
I mean, I've seen it, firsthand. Rovers got promoted from League One to Championship, spent 2 years there, got relegated, got promoted again straight after, and then we got back-to-back relegations.
Yep.
So anything can happen.
This is why, and I know people don't like it, but this is why I like people with the money, because it helps you grow, it pushes you up, and it keeps you going. And I would love every single club to get billionaire owners, because honestly, the pyramid would be mental.
Well, if you want to lend me a couple of £1 billion, mate, I'll go buy Donny. It's all right.
But I know I'd absolutely love it. It would be so mental. The transfer window would be absolutely mental. Everyone would be fighting for the best players. It'd just be incredible. Let's go for promotion then. This one's hard. I don't like this one.
Promotion.
Jesus.
Oh, mate, this is hard. Oh, actually, who did Chris go with for relegation?
I think
Did
Chris.
Dermot go for it as well?
Well,
Yeah,
Dermot
Dermot
put Oldham, Shrewsbury to go
Yeah.
down, and
Okay.
Chris has gone Barrow, Accrington.
Now, Chris, be honest. Is it because it's Barrow? Or is that Accrington? Who are they?
Who are they?
Obviously, some people are going to be not old enough to know what we're on about there. Do apologise. Promotion. Jesus Christ. There's 4 that goes up this one now. Bloody hell.
Yeah.
I'm going to shove Crewe in one of the 4. I'm shoving those in. Bloody hell. This is tough. Notts County. I hate saying it, and I hope I'm very, very wrong. Salford.
Mm.
It pains me to say that. And I think Walsall will learn from their mistakes. I hope.
Yeah.
I hope they do, because that was one hell of a drop off. To basically nearly going up to not going up at all.
I know. They're one of the teams that were miles ahead of everybody as well.
God, yeah, and they were so bad. Like, they weren't just slightly bad; they were so bad. So hopefully they've learned from their lessons and improved the squad and go for it again. And yes, I haven't gone for Colchester because I know what Colchester are. We're crap. So
You finished 10th last season.
God knows how, mate. We must have done some brown envelopes because we are
Fair
shit.
Fair
Who are you going with?
Walsall, Notts County, Salford, and my surprise package. Don't fall off your chair here. Grimsby.
Grimsby. You? How did you manage to say that without being sick?
No, Grimsby are a pretty well ran, coached team.
Yeah.
They just always seem to have a period where they just are absolutely useless.
Okay.
So I hope that I don't mind Grimsby. They've got a nice little stadium, Grimsby. It's tiny, bless them. Like when we go and play Grimsby, we take up half of their home stand as well because we take that many people.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I don't hate all teams around Yorkshire. There are some that I've got a little soft spot for. Clearly, I don't. I just said Grimsby Town are going to go up.
Yeah, but he's now going to have therapy for 2 hours after this show.
Don't say that. Don't say that. It's not happening. So, yeah, red mine.
Fair enough. What Dermot's saying, Notts County, there. Why we're all going for Salford. Walsall to go up playoffs, Bristol Rovers. Interesting.
Bristol Rovers.
Yeah, he thinks Barrow finally go down. Not convinced Andy Wynn can do it already. EFL lost players active for relegation last season. They did. Yeah, they did, in all fairness. Need to see who Notts County appoint first. Grimsby will definitely be in the playoffs this time. He's gone with MK. Geez. So there's 2 clubs I absolutely detest in League 2, and that is one of them. MK Dons and Salford. Everyone knows why I hate Salford, and then pretty much people can work out why I hate MK Dons as well, because they're not the real Wimbledon. So yeah, they shouldn't be there in my opinion. I'll go for Bristol Rovers and Chesterfield. Yeah, Chesterfield's a good shout. Yeah,
They were one of the ones I was thinking of.
Say that again, mate.
They were a club I was flirting with.
Yeah, it's not a bad shout, Chesterfield, because they did all right last season.
Finished last season.
So Gillingham got Gareth Ainsworth. Oh, okay. I went with them relegation. Well, I've clearly got that wrong then. Okay, fair enough. I'm just not a great fan of Gillingham, if I'm being honest. But hey ho.
National League, then, mate.
Yeah, National League. God, good Gilly God.
is it worth us even trying to do the relegation? Because I'll be honest, that is the hardest thing in the world.
Yeah, of course it is. Scunthorpe United.
You can't help yourself, can you?
No, I genuinely think Scunthorpe might go down.
Actually, I've already seen two on here: Tamworth and Truro. There's no way they're stealing up, surely.
Well, yeah, Tamworth, Truro.
Scunthorpe. No, I think Scunthorpe will hopefully, because they were used to be League Two, League One team, didn't they? Scunthorpe.
It used to be, but I don't even know how long Scunthorpe have been down there for now.
It's not that long. Can't be that long. Sure.
Let's have a look.
I'm going to go with Braintree, Brackley, Tamworth, Truro.
Since 2022, so they've been down for 3 years.
Yeah, it's not long then.
Okay, but I'm still putting them down. So Truro, Tamworth, Scunthorpe. And I think my last one is going to be Brackley.
Yeah. I don't know how Braintree are going to make it, if I'm honest.
I think they'll all be down there.
Yeah,
But
I think it's be a tough one. This is another one. This will be interesting that Chris has gone with, because he will definitely know more than I do.
Grimsby will be in playoffs this time.
Tamworth, Brackley, Braintree, Wildstone. Yeah, I always contemplate Wildstone. But I just think sometimes they've got enough just to fight off relegation, because they've been doing it for a while now. Yeah, but that's a good shout, though. Well, Dermot, that's who I used to play for, so I'd love to go back up. That's my old team. Newly promoted don't tend to go back down. No, they don't. They don't, to be fair. Again, it's such. I don't think there's even a gap really anymore between the National League North, South, and the National League itself. It's not much of a gap anymore. Yeah, Truro. Yeah, I'm just looking at the names. I'm looking at all the names, and I'm just thinking they've got more about them.
Going about names, yeah.
Yeah, that's literally going with names. Obviously, I have no idea what anyone's done transfer-wise National League.
I would throw in, but I know it's not going to happen because they're quite a well-established club anyway. Yeovil.
Yeah, but
I think Yeovil. I think there's definitely 6 or 7 teams worse than Yeovil.
Yeah, I think we could quite easily talk about 10 teams that will probably be down the bottom half quite easily. So yeah, it's mad, isn't it? Right, promotion.
Oh God.
And Chris, I promise this is no bearing on you. This is my honest opinion about who goes up. For me, Carlisle, and I think Forest Green will come back up.
Okay.
Because I think they'll get it right this time. They got it slightly wrong last season, in my opinion. I think they'll get it right. But it's going to be interesting what Chris thinks here. I know he won't go with just his heart. He'll go with his head as well. So it'll be interesting what Chris says. Because obviously this is where his team is now as well. What about you? What are you going with?
I'm with Aldershot.
Okay.
And Southend.
Yeah. So badly want your Southend to win.
I just think they'll have learned from last season as well, because obviously they were so close.
Yeah, and to be fair, they were way ahead of the schedule for themselves. They knew that this was way ahead because they've obviously got a plan to get back up to the League Two. And I thought it was a bit too early. But I think next season, yeah, they'll definitely have a good. I just think with Carlisle and Forest Green down there, I just think a little bit too hard. But you never know. But the playoffs, the way that the playoffs are, anything can happen in those.
It's mental.
Oh, Chris reckons York will win it.
York.
Jeez. You know what? They're actually in because I've got a list of 4. Carlisle, York, Forest Green, and Rochdale are my 4. So York were in there. It wouldn't.
York
I
went
love
in.
it actually. I love York. It's a lovely town.
York went in my top 4.
They were.
They weren't.
Oh, they weren't. Oh, okay.
No, because in mine, obviously, I had Aldershot,
Yeah.
Southend, and then I had Carlisle and Halifax.
Oh, okay.
So I've seen quite a lot of Halifax.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I get that.
So
Gateshead will have drop off of their budget being cut down, being ran poorly, says Chris. Promotion is the aim, nothing else except for not me being disrespectful. Our squad currently on paper better than everyone else's. So obviously he's going with Carlisle and York.
yeah.
Which, yeah, to be fair, that's because of who you've got as well as manager, and obviously the business you've been telling me about. Because obviously Chris updates me on the business that Carlisle do. I'd be very disappointed if you didn't get promotion. I'll be honest. I don't expect to see you in the league playoff final. I expect you've already gone up.
Yeah, automatic.
Because I think it would be disappointing if Carlisle don't get. But it like I said, and me and you, Chris, always say the same about this. It is extremely hard. That league is extremely. If you're not ready for it, you're doomed.
We say the same. It's the same in every single league.
It is.
If you're not ready.
And this is why we do. This is why I do the 5 tiers, because I love it. It's Premier League is fantastic. Obviously, we both support Premier League teams. Chris supports Premier League team, but other football is just as fantastic. It really is, especially when you don't have a vested interest in it. Obviously, you do with Donny, and Chris does with Carlisle, and I have soft spots for teams.
You've got Southend, Plymouth.
No, I have soft spots, but at the end of the day, I enjoy the football. They can, yeah.
Salford.
Salford could go and get, yeah. There's a few words I would like to say about some of these.
You got at least 4 in every single league.
No, but I just love football. I do. I definitely have teams I hate, but I don't wish any pain towards the team. It's just the owners. I've
also got teams I hate with a very, very tribal passion.
Yorkshire-based by any chance?
Oh, no, no. Like, I wouldn't mind, really, because, I'm going back a little bit here, but I wouldn't mind teams like Barnsley, Rotherham, staying in League One, because I think Rovers will stay in League One, and then both Sheffield teams getting relegated, because then we've got loads of derbies that I don't have to travel everywhere to go to them. It's fantastic.
Well, that's talking about Chris. Is obviously he's got the Carlisle to Truro game to do. God, that is going to be one hell of a trek. All I can say, Chris, is good luck, because I know JJ is going with you probably. So, jeez, that's going to be a nightmare. I have 25 teams. I think across Europe, I've probably got more. I'll be honest. I just have soft spots for teams. I really do, and that's.
Let's see if we can name them all. Who's your team in the Denmark Super League?
Go on, see if you can get it.
I don't know.
Oh, you are funny.
How the hell am I going to know Denmark? I don't know any Denmark teams.
Carlisle, Forest Green, Southend, Scunthorpe, Morecambe, Hartlepool will finish in playoffs, says Chris.
They're all English teams, mate, not Denmark.
York versus Carlisle title race in my opinion. Won't be shocked. No, I won't be shocked with another 100 points again. Yeah. Chris, talking about it, have you got anyone that does extremely long throw-ins? Because if you get that, then you normally go up, because that is a tool that is honestly, it's a beautiful tool. I wish, I think we used it. Didn't we use it in the Champions League game against someone? And it was just mental, because where the hell's that come from? But why not? Why don't we use the long throw-ins anymore? It's a tool that should be used.
I don't know.
Who's so unpredictable?
Who's that guy? There's a guy on TikTok that manages a football team.
You're
And
talking
they-
about Dorky manager, are you?
Is it Dorkin? It might be. He wears a cap.
Yeah,
And,
Dorking manager. It's a Dorking dude you're on about already. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know who it was. But obviously they got a long throw specialist, haven't they? Yeah, Mark
Yeah,
White, that's the
That's
guy.
the one. Yeah.
Yeah, they've got a long throw specialist, and like he says all the time, just ping it in there because we're going to cause loads of problems.
Oh, mate, it does. Because it's different with a corner, because the corner you're using your foot, so it's a higher velocity. Right, with a throw-in, it's a lot slower, which means the wind will just make the ball wiggle all over the place. It is fantastic. I love it. It's
And you can't be
absolutely
offside.
well. Yes, you can't be offside, but it just causes mayhem because goalkeepers don't like them. They're not really sure what to do with them.
I used to hate long throws.
Yeah, because you don't know what to do, do you? You don't know what to do with it.
It's awful because you see this ball like they're about 15 yards down the line. You're like, right, they're going to throw this short. And it's come straight into the box. You're like, crap, what the hell do I actually do here now?
Yeah,
Do I
exactly.
clear it? Do I catch it? Do I hope somebody else gets there?
Yeah. You have got one. That's good. Yeah, it's definitely Mark White. Yeah, I love him.
Yeah.
I
I watch all TikToks. It's funny.
He is top. Honestly, the EFL will do everything possible not to let him in the EFL because he will cause mayhem.
Do it. Come on.
I personally would love it because I think we need that kind of character personally
100%.
because he is just comical, absolutely comical. Proper, obviously, me and you've probably played Sunday League. Proper Sunday League manager. Doesn't care what he says. Doesn't care if he upsets people.
I've seen my fair share of Sunday League managers.
Yeah.
God, I've had Sunday League managers 1 minute telling you to press and get your foot stuck in, and then like when you turn back to see if they want to give you any more instructions, they're thrown up because they've been on session last night. It's
Nah, I'm with you, mate. Chris, I don't blame you. Look, at the end of the day, me and you were both very disappointed with Carlisle. I was, and I don't even support Carlisle. But to go down like that, it's not good enough.
Carlisle's up north, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the one that confuses me. Carlisle, right? This is a true story. Sit down story time with Colm. True story. I went up to watch Donny play Carlisle. Now, Carlisle it's a nice place. I'm not going to belittle it. It's okay. But people need to make up their mind. And they really do, because I asked somebody and they said, obviously, they were English. And then I've asked somebody else and they said they were Scottish.
Well, it's definitely in England.
Well, I know it's in England, but they don't seem to understand whether they're English or Scottish.
Okay. Because it's not a million miles from the Scottish border.
No.
Because I used to, because obviously the reason I like Plymouth is because I used to have to get a coach from here to Edinburgh, and it used to leave from Plymouth. So every time you leave Edinburgh, you get the Plymouth coach, and it's always stopped off at Carlisle. I obviously got to see the pitch all the time and all that kind of stuff. So I obviously had a soft spot for Carlisle anyway, because it was always a pit stop for me. But yeah, it's nowhere near. Well, it's not a million miles, but it's definitely not close to Scotland. So I don't really get where that's come from. That's weird.
It really confused me.
Yeah, that's a weird one. What's Chris? No, they were Scottish at first, but they had bragging rights over Carlisle Castle. Okay. Is it what's? No, Cole. Dermot, you want to cover it, mate? Cover it by all means. I won't be doing any games until the season kicks off, and I'll be changing the way I do games anyway. Because there'll be no more half 12s for me. I just it's too hard to try and get in my schedule. So if Arsenal are playing at half 12, I won't be covering Arsenal. We're doing another game.
So Bobby's doing all half 12 games from now on. You heard it here first, guys. Every half 12 game.
I'm going to literally send you to Sheffield and bury you there.
Bury me, mate. You can't bury me in Sheffield. You'll be digging up too many bodies.
that you've probably put there.
Maybe. I
Don't
plead the
help
fifth.
yourself. He played the fifth. Yeah, mate. If you want, honestly, any football on here, I don't mind what you do.
Who-
Colin won't mind what you do.
Who's your island team? Not Dermo. I know who Dermo's is. Who's your island team, Bobby?
Bohemians.
Oh, well done. Well done. People think I should say Cork, but Cork is shit.
Oh, okay. Nah, it's Bohemians. Only because I like the name. Literally the only reason.
Dermo's Wexford.
Well, I suppose he's from Wexford, isn't he?
I
think
he,
so.
he could be.
He is. I'm pretty sure.
He lives-
Damn it,
he
you're
lives
from
there.
Wexford, aren't you?
I think he lives there, yeah. But
Rebels W as well, isn't he? Is he from somewhere W? Or was he from Cork?
he's Cork. He's a Cork
Is he
boy.
Cork? Oh, okay. Basically, there's Scotland. That's a door on the other side of the door. That's how. Oh, okay, but that's still not close to like Carlisle itself, is it? Really? Because it's a bit of a journey to get from Carlisle to the Scottish border. I remember that much. It's definitely not close. Wexford Youths were in the second division. Yeah, he's from Wexford. I thought he was.
Yeah, it's an hour and 15 minutes.
Yeah, I say it wasn't. It's still a little bit until I actually got into Scotland.
But it is on. Apparently, it is on the border. But it's an hour and
Okay.
15 minutes away from the Scottish border. Even Google does. See, Google is like Carlisle people. It doesn't know.
Yeah. I like this. I bloody wish Carlo was Scottish. We would be Scottish Premier League team, with all due respect. I'll say this, and I'll say this many, many times. I wish the Scottish teams would join the Premier League. Because I honestly do think with the following that Celtic, Rangers, and in all fairness, Aberdeen have got, they would be top 10. Easy. Once you've got the finances that obviously the Premier League gets, they've already got the following. I think Hibs and Hearts probably wouldn't be too far behind because they've got a massive following. And they would soon get loads of money.
12 teams in the Scottish Premier League.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, let's go into the Premier League. Come on, because then that's 12 teams that'll finish below Manchester United. So we're definitely going to be safe.
Mate, I'm pretty sure before last season you probably would have said that about quite a few teams. They all finished above you.
These 12 teams would have definitely finished below United. But it says a lot when a Scottish Premier League team like Dundee United are losing their players to a League One side.
Yeah, I know.
I'm just saying.
That is basically the same comparison, in my opinion. With the standards that it is now, obviously, if Celtic and Rangers come into the Premier League, which I don't think will ever happen, they would be fighting for Champions League, without doubt, because they've got
I thought you were going to
such
say
a huge
promotion
fan
from
base.
Championship.
They would seriously shock some people because their fan base is huge. You know,
Doesn't matter how big it is.
it helps with the finances. And you imagine the players that would want to play for Celtic once you're in the Premier League.
They're all Scottish.
And, actually, on another point, it would improve the Scottish national team as well, which is always a bonus. Because, that's a problem as well.
How could Celtic and Rangers being in the Premier League help improve the Scottish national team?
Because it would improve their youth systems.
But
They'd have more money to improve it.
they get all the money anyway because it's only them two in a league. Everyone else has its own little mini league.
Finances, SPL is awful, mate. I would say, on comparison with TV revenue, it's probably on par with League One. It's awful. The money is awful coming there.
I genuinely think, listen, Celtic CEO, Rangers CEO, either one of you, I don't care who, I genuinely think I could do a season in goal at my age with my dodgy hip and still win the league.
You reckon?
Yep, I do. Because it don't matter how many I let in, because I know that the team in front of me are going to score more than what they're going to anyway.
Yeah. Well, Rangers are going to be a problem next season for Celtic, I think, because the way that they're in recruiting at the moment, they've just signed Max Aarons on loan, which is a great signing.
They've got
new
Thingy, haven't
owners.
they? as well. What's his face? Russell Martin.
Yeah, that's. I'll be honest. That's my only problem. The owners I'm happy with, and their recruitment will be better. But the manager, Russell Martin against Brendan Rodgers, no, that's just ridiculous. You have to get someone that's a decent, like David Moyes. David Moyes would be brilliant at Rangers. Absolutely incredible.
Wayne Rooney.
Fudge off. I don't know how he's a coach. I'll be honest.
He's got a big name.
He's also got a big head.
Oh yeah.
Doesn't mean there's anything in it.
I'm going to have to, honestly, we're going to have to do a battle of the Glasgow teams because I know you're obviously Rangers.
Yes.
And I know Dermo is Celtic.
Yes.
And I just want to bring you both on so you can go at each other. For my
personal
entertainment.
Hopefully, and I know Dermot will do it with me as well. Hopefully, we can actually do a Rangers Celtic game next season because there are 4 over the course of the season, just fixtures alone. So
that's another thing I don't get. Why do you play each other so much?
It's just the way it is, isn't it? Just get the amount of games you possibly can out of it.
Just
I don't
make the league bigger. Just make the league bigger. Put 24 teams in a league.
Well, look what they're doing in the WSL. They've not next season, but the season after that, they've gone an extra 2. You can't just all of a sudden just make it from 12 to 20. You have to do it over time.
Get it up to 24 teams next season. Just throw some teams up there, and then stop this bloody stupid halfway. Let's change things around. The top teams will play the top teams, and the bottom teams will play the bottom teams. Forget about all that bollocks and all. Just be Scotland. Listen, be normal for once in your life, please. Thank you.
But it's also done in other countries, not just Scotland.
Listen, I don't care about the other countries because the other countries don't affect what I talk about here. We're talking about Scotland, so
fair enough.
And Doncaster is technically owned by Scotland.
Okay, fair enough. But no, next season will be good. I'm sure. Obviously, if forgot your name for a minute, Colm. Someone's calling you Dermot. If Colm is obviously not doing United or anything, you could probably cover Donny, can't you? We'll probably cover different games next season, not necessarily our own. As I said, I'm not going to do any 12:30 games at all. And Arsenal will be picked at 12:30. I can guarantee it at some point, which means I'll do another game. Obviously, I'm still sticking with the same rules. There's a certain place in Manchester I will not cover. That will not change. No, they're light blue and they smell like shit.
Salford.
I'm umming and ahhing whether or not I want to cover them either. But no, we'll cover different leagues next season, I think. Because obviously, if I'm not doing Arsenal at 12:30, there'd be a free period for me to do a different game of some sort. But yeah, Colm will cover Donny when he can as well, I'm guessing.
Yeah. Obviously, I want to cover as many of the Championship down as I can anyway.
Yeah. That's the whole point of this channel. We'll still stream from the Armory, we'll still stream from THFC Till I Die to this channel, so you can be a neutral within a safe space is the whole point of it. So you're in a safe space, you're not with those Arsenal fans in the Armory chat box getting pelted at, to be fair. I know you don't because you like wiping them up. But to feel in a safe space, this is the place to be. And Dermot will obviously cover Tottenham games and Tottenham content. I will obviously cover Arsenal games and Arsenal content, and I'll do other games that I feel, is one I actually just want to watch. That's how I look at it. If there's a game I want to watch, I'll do it.
Yeah. It's the best way.
Yeah. There's only one reason I do that, and that's because, as you have mentioned there, Arsenal play. If it wasn't Arsenal, mate, I would, full well, I've not covered any of their games individually at all. I just won't.
But I'm pretty sure I think if Colm was the same, like hated Man City that often, he didn't want to do any streams, but they were still playing Man U, he'd still cover it.
I don't watch a single City game unless it's a Man United. That's Manchester derby.
Yeah,
and I can't stand them.
Obviously, it's off-field issues, but obviously, me and Colm had a conversation. I think we were doing a Man City game at the time, didn't we? I think it was 4-0 to them. Yeah, we both said it was the most boring game we've probably watched, and it was. It was horrible to watch, and we both just went nah. And obviously we've got off-field reasons as well.
Yes.
So yeah, it's just easier not to do it. In all fairness, no, but it's because it's my Arsenal. Arsenal will defeat any hate I have for anybody. That's why I've done the Ipswich game. I've done the previews, and I can't stand Ipswich. I hate Ipswich more than any other club in the whole country. That's just, I've been brought up to hate them. So that's 44 years of hate. That's a lot of years.
No. Well, I mean, like, I'm going to try and do as much content as I can as well. I mean, I might even cover Soccer Raid and stuff, maybe, because it's off season, isn't it? There's nothing there.
Yeah. I'm kind of looking forward to having no games to do for a bit because obviously transfers.
Yeah, it's transfer mad at the minute, isn't
it? You are such a kid. You will never see me do a City game just because I fancy watching City. I guarantee you that.
You will. Guarantee it, you will.
Oh, you won't. But my love for Arsenal.
So, what if, right? Okay, so what if next season, FA Cup final, Liverpool versus Man City? Are you not doing the watch along?
You do realise I've actually been to a final where Man City were actually at it.
No, I know, but I'm just saying.
The reason I don't do it on stream is because I know people will comment about certain off-field issues. And
no. That's not the truth. No. Right, we just found out the truth here, guys. We're live on air. We just found out the truth. Bobby doesn't do City games because he's actually at the ground watching them. You have heard it. It came from his mouth.
Oh, dear, it's funny.
He gets his private helicopter from Wolverhampton. That just lands on the Molineux pitch because he owns Wolverhampton and flies over to wherever City are playing. That's why he never does watch alongs from. You have heard it here first.
Oh, you both are gits.
Chris agrees. Oh God, Dermot's here. Oh God,
Dermot's here. You're going to let him in?
He can get in, can't he?
I'm pretty sure he can.
Yes.
Hello.
He does own Wolves. He does. I'm just coming near the back, column up. He does own Wolves here. He's actually at the moment streaming from the chairman's office. And I'm hearing myself twice here. I spoke. I got to. There you go. That's better. Yeah, he's sitting in the chairman's office at the moment, sitting there looking at the pitch, shouting at Manuel because he isn't cutting the grass properly.
Me and Dermo have little 26-inch screens that we're looking at. Bobby's actually doing this from the scoreboard screen.
And no word of a lie, he's got two hot phones. He's got one for Elon Musk for the internet, for when that cocks up, and he's got another one to Man City's hotline, to ring up Pep. What you doing this weekend? Get the bottle of wine. I'm flying down to watch you.
Exactly.
We all know it. We all know it, Bobby. I know. Look, it's time to stop the denial and come out with it. We're friends here. You can come out to us.
It's okay.
Jesus Christ. This was such a good idea at first, Colm.
That's what happens when a rogue Dermo appears. This is what happens.
I know.
Sorry, I didn't mean I had to come in when I wasn't going to come in at all to Colin start saying the Wolves thing, and I got to go in and wind Bobby up in this. Sorry,
No,
I do apologize.
That's what happens when we haven't streamed for so long together. You know.
Exactly.
Yeah. You know I'm loony and you're sensible.
Yes, I am sensible,
don't know
which is
about
why I don't watch City. Because honestly,
He does. He does, people. He does.
I have no
Why?
choice.
Lifetime gold platinum membership to the Manchester City Board of
Yeah.
Directors box
Hell no.
office.
Did you not hear the latest column? Did you not hear in the summer? Pep actually mentioned Bobby when he was getting his award at Manchester University. He actually thanked Bobby for his support and everything last season. So
I truly believe it. I believe it. I
yeah,
really do.
yeah, he did. He was very complimentary about him, actually. Very complimentary about
He
him.
should be. Bobby's a good guy. He should do.
He
you
is.
know.
Bobby's a lovely guy. Just wish he let us into the boardroom now and again. He doesn't even let us into the boardroom.
You do
We're
realise
supposed to
I
be your
hate you
friends.
both right now. Fair enough. I do one City watch along two watch alongs a season because
And then I'll
They
cup
can't be
finals
arsed.
he goes to.
Yeah,
well, that's not my fault that they get to the final, is it?
it is.
You could abstain
It
from
is.
going and give your ticket away.
Yeah, you could do.
Well,
Could
I
give it to me a
can't
column.
do that.
I don't
Well,
want it.
you know.
Don't give me a really shitty ticket.
I'll fucking take it, no problem. I'll take the pain. I did fall asleep during the Man City game once. I was actually doing the watch along with Colin, and we were doing Man City. I forget with Man City, Man United, or Man City Tottenham, and we were 4-0 up. I actually nearly fell asleep halfway through the second half. Man City were that boring.
I see. It's not just honestly. I just don't find their games entertaining to watch.
So
And
no.
I'll be honest. I'm getting to that point with Arsenal. We just
Okay.
play boring football.
It's because you've
Yeah.
got Pep Guardiola's little love child. That's why.
Exactly. And the whole point of me loving football in the first place, it entertains me. Once it stops entertaining me, I ain't gonna
Would
watch
you
it.
take Ange at Arsenal?
No.
God, nobody take Ange.
What do you
Look,
want a trophy?
that's no
out of
disrespect
this,
to Ange.
can I just say, out of this little group here, who's won the trophy in Europe? Me.
Well,
I mean,
Man United
we
have
have.
won a couple, and we've won cup winners.
No,
Cup.
I meant last season. I mean,
Well, that's
last
it. If you're
Yeah.
about
Oh my
history,
God.
guys, you're doomed.
no, it's just
let's talk about just last season, shall we?
yeah. We
Well
won
done.
the Europe.
Well done. It took a manager that was there for you for 2 years to do something that what we sacked somebody to do twice in 2 years. Well done.
Yeah,
Congratulations.
but we're in the Champions League, and I wish
So
Man
what?
United. I wish both teams got into the Champions League. Actually,
I can't wait until you get put against teams like PSG, Madrid,
it's gonna happen.
Barcelona, Bayern Munich, and get absolutely destroyed.
I can see the Super Cup watch along. You two are gonna have so much fun in the chat when we play PSG in the Super Cup.
I'm not watching PSG versus Spurs.
I think I'm going to it.
So, but Bobby is a Spurs fan as well,
Yeah.
or PSG. Or PSG.
Can I just say, Bobby,
actually
I
a
do
Monaco
feel
fan,
your
actually.
pain. I do feel your pain having to watch PSG.
I like watching PSG. They actually entertained me last season.
It's all right, mate, because we feel your pain for watching Spurs.
Can I just say it was tough at times, and winning the
Times.
Europa League does not
At times.
pay for. At times, it was tough all fucking season. Excuse my
Mate.
language.
Mate, United were worse than Spurs, and you still finished below them.
Do you know what? I have to say, I'm so glad when the season finished. It was so hard to get up for every watch along, doing every before the whistle, after the whistle, watch alongs and shows. It was just so difficult. When I went away on holiday, I thought, great, no Tottenham news. Next thing, brace up on my phone. I only landed in Sheffield on the Friday. Ange Postecoglou has been sacked. You could have waited. I thought back to holiday, like
No,
kept him in it a few more days.
don't wait for anybody. I mean,
No.
Chris does make a point here. I feel Bobby's pain. No trophies in 5 years under Arteta.
I wonder how Bobby feels that only 4 miles down the road there's a European trophy sitting proudly in our trophy cabinet.
We've got one in our trophy cabinet as well.
Yeah, but you didn't win it last season.
It don't matter when we won it.
And also Celtic won the league. So my team's won everything.
Right.
Where did
hold
you
on.
finish in the league again?
There we go.
Where did he finish in the league? I'm just wondering because
17th.
yeah, I'm just saying because that would pain me if Arsenal finished 17th.
Oh,
that
it
would
pained me. Believe me, it pained me. Winning the Europa League was great, but it hurt to finish 17th.
Yeah, it's
Don't
still
get
good
me
to win a
wrong.
trophy, but
Yeah.
geez, that league, and that's obviously what cost Ange's job. You know, at the end of the day. And
Come on, Thomas Frank.
the other thing was, if you think about it logically, that final showed how poor both of you were.
Yeah, we were.
It's not like either of you
not-
turned up. You both shit.
I'm not
that
going to
day.
say that was the greatest final in the world. Yeah, I'm
No.
glad we won it, but it did show how poor we were.
Yeah.
Under
And-
dubious circumstances, might I add.
That I tell you one thing, Brendan Johnson scored a fantastic goal. I don't care what anyone says.
There was definitely some bias match calling in that game, but it's fine.
You can't blame everything. We won a trophy. Be happy for us.
Why would
It's
I be
gonna be
happy
like
for you?
It's going to be like this for 20 years now. With
Yeah,
Dermo.
it is.
We won a trophy in 2024. Dermo is 2065. But we won a trophy in 2024. But Dermo is 2065. He had done nothing since then. But we
Yeah.
won it. I mean,
Well,
at least, Bobby, at least we've got the privilege now of not hearing him say that the Tiger Cup and all that other nonsense
Yes,
trophies.
I
are
don't want to. I
trophies.
don't want to even hear about the Tiger Cup or the Audi Cup anymore, Dermot. They don't exist.
That will be on my tombstone. We
What,
won the
Spurs won a
Tiger Cup.
You won a Tiger Cup.
Chris has got a point. Second to 17th, all means yeah. Oh, totally.
Yeah.
You know, but everyone knows my point on Arteta. I don't think he's
So-
good enough.
I'll take it
But at the end of the day, I'm not the decision maker, so I don't sack him. I need to
You
support
can
him.
if you wanted to.
I don't have that much power, mate.
Oh, no. You got more power than you let on. You own Wolverhampton Wanderers. I mean, that says it all.
But what I will say is we've got a big summer ahead of us. If we don't achieve something next season, I think from what I'm gathering with all the Arsenal fans, we're all in the same boat. He has to then go, which I think is the right thing, because I think he shouldn't be there now. But I'm not going to be one of those Arteta out people. That's just my opinion. I don't think he's good enough. See, with you, Colm, do you think Amarim's good enough? Do you think he deserves one more season?
I'm fully behind him.
Yeah.
Fully behind him.
And I'll be honest, out of all three of us, the one I'm most excited about is Thomas Frank at Tottenham. I think he's going to do wonders at Tottenham.
I'm going to ask you to your question, actually. Look, all joking aside, look, I really feel for Manchester United where you are. And I really hope Amarim works. I really do, because I think Manchester United need to be up there with us and Arsenal all together in the top.
But like us. What are you on about up there with us?
I was trying to be nice. So just
How can you be nice when you finish below us?
right. So if he doesn't have a good start to the season, how long do you give Amarim?
Until the end of next season.
Will you win a trophy?
I listen.
Does it all
It's well
depend
and
on your
nice.
summer transfer?
It's
That's
all
what
well
the
and
point-
nice winning trophies. Don't get me wrong. I would like to win a trophy.
European champions.
But I would rather see a cohesive team out on the field rather than the crock of shite I saw last season. Players like Sancho, Rashford, Garnacho, Casemiro, Onana, Martinez, Shaw, the list can go on and on and on, need to piss off out of the club so we can bring in people that actually want to play for the badge. And then we'll see Ruben Amorim's system start coming into fruition, and hopefully it works. If he's had this window and the January transfer window and things still haven't improved and we're getting beat left, right and centre and we're in the same position we are as what we finished last season, if we finish in the same position next season, then yes, you have to start looking at whether he's the right person and whether we need to change it. But until that point, I'm 100% behind Ruben.
I think with Thomas Frank, and I'm really excited, but I wanted Thomas Frank in before we got Ange 2 years ago. I did say on my channel that Thomas Frank I would like in. I'm really excited by it, and I think he can take Tottenham to levels where he didn't get under Ange, because I feel that He's tactically better than Ange, and I love Ange. I love Ange ball. I love everything, but you have to be tactically better in the Premier League because it's a league. If you're not tactically good, you will get battered. And Tottenham and Manchester United found that out last season, that when players don't turn up and do their job and play for the badge or play for the club, you will get battered. And there was games last season we shouldn't have lost where we did lose. And I think Thomas Frank will bring that stability and he'll bring that tactical nous that we were missing from under Ange.
I mean, I don't know how you feel, Bobby, but do you think because obviously it is a 5-tier podcast, so we might as well talk a little bit. Do you think the Thomas Frank appointment is a bit safe? You know, he's always finishing mid-table and higher. Do you think it's just a safe move, or do you think it is actually a smart move?
I think it's a smart move. I like Thomas Frank. I think he does deserve better than Brentford. And I know it sounds weird because obviously Brentford finished above Tottenham in the league. But Tottenham is a stepping stone. I'm not saying you're top. I don't believe in his top 6 BS. I think that Thomas Frank has gone to, even him at Aston Villa would be a good stepping stone. Because I do think he's quality. I honestly do. Obviously, I loved watching Brentford in the Championship before. He took over from, what was his name? Dean Smith, didn't he?
Oh.
He was Dean Smith's number 2 at the time. I just think he's incredible. If Tottenham get a window right, Tottenham could be a bit of a problem.
See, I do like Frank as well. It's somebody that I've looked at in the past and gone, I think he would do a job at United.
Mm.
However, part of me does think, I mean, it's only a small majority part that I'm worried he's going to be a Graham Potter, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
I get that, but Bobby's right. It's all about getting our window right. We have to get our window right. If we don't get the players in that suit Thomas Frank's system, then it ain't going to work.
No.
Well,
And
you ain't getting one, so piss off.
No, I know he's going to United. But I do have that fear. There's a small part of me. Is going to be a Thomas Frank? Not a Thomas Frank. Is he going to be a Graham Potter? And that does fear me a little bit. But I think Thomas Frank could do a job in any Premier League team. I think he's that good of a manager, to be honest. I really do.
He is very good. And he learnt his trade at the Championship, which I think is important.
Yeah. I mean, who obviously, if you don't improve this season, Bobby, like who do you want in next?
For me, I've always been tempted with the Gasparini for 2 years. That one, I've always been tempted with that. But if you're looking at other players, other managers, then sorry, Chris, but I'm gonna have to say it. I would do everything I could to get Jurgen Klopp.
Yeah,
everything, everything possible.
Do you think he would go to you, Bobby?
No. I'd talk to him as much as humanly possible and beg him, but I'm sure he'd still ignore me.
But what would be a successful season for you and
we have guys up the top? Season. We have to win something.
Yeah, you have to.
We have to. I don't think Man United have to. Not under the whole process at the moment. I think Colm's right. You need to see a team next season for United. And I think that will push into Europe. That's what you want.
This is going to be a thing that we are going to speak about it on the agenda, which is the Dedicated United channel. We're going to be talking about what our hopes are for this season. So a little sneak peek into it. My hopes for next season are a top eight finish. That's all I want next season. Top 8. I don't care if we don't win an FA Cup or a Carabao Cup or whatever it's bloody called nowadays. I just want us to get back into that top half in European contention.
Yeah.
And that's all I'm asking for. And obviously team cohesion and actual out on the field.
If I'm being totally honest, I'm with you. I'm the same with you, Colin, on that for Tottenham. I really am. I just want a top half finish. If you get a cup, great. But I want consistency, and I want players that want to play for the badge. And we see too many players. You look at the Championship, League One and League Two, and even National League. They all play for the badge. They all play for the club. They all want to put a shift in. You get to the Premier League, and some players in some teams just don't bother. And that's why I love watching the lower leagues, because at least that's why I said when I watched Donny last year in the FA Cup, I loved it. The amount of passion that them Donny players showed for the badge and the shirt and the club they were playing for was so refreshing, and it was lovely. And that's why I love watching lower league football, because it's such a change from watching the Premier League as a whole. To be honest,
Yeah, it's a huge difference in it. So that's why it makes me smile. It's my favourite part of the season is the end of the season with the league playoffs. I love them. It's the best part of my season. I don't have to stress anything. I don't have to think about my club. Because if I think about my club, I just get stressed.
Yes. Manchester United have made a signing as we speak right now. Get in. The contract extension has happened. Tom Heaton is staying. Get in there. Well done. Yeah.
what I thought you were signing that Brentford player. I thought, has he got stuck on? Has he got lost on the motorway?
No, see, a lot of people don't understand Premier League transfers nowadays. With the amount of stuff that happens behind the scenes, it takes a while nowadays. It's all
Health
about
and safety
structures.
checks.
No, it's all about structures nowadays. Everyone just thinks, oh, it's £65 million, we just pay it. It's not how it works anymore. You have to get the structures right. Structures have to be right for PSR. And a lot of people don't understand that because no one talks about it.
When we talked about it a bit last night, and we were saying, like, does the wage cap come in next season or the season after?
Well, there will be a conversation next month at the Premier League AGM to when they want to bring it in.
Because the end of the financial year is the 30th.
Yes.
Yeah. So a lot of, like, I think I mentioned this to you, didn't I, Dermo? From the understanding I had, because I've spoken to Rebel about it, and he's pretty tuned in with the financial side of things. Clubs like Villa, for instance, are obviously wanting Martinez done before the 30th, because then they can obviously put it down on this year, so it doesn't affect their profit and loss next year, or vice versa, whatever it is. So yeah, a lot of clubs are wanting to get stuff done in the next 2 weeks. Well, it's not 2 weeks, is it? It's like 9 days now.
Can I just say there's about snow about to fall in Wexford about with Tottenham making a signing. I think Daniel Levy's still working in shillings in old money. I don't think he's working in pounds and in pounds and pence. I think he's working in half pennies and shillings. And
oh, what's this? What's breaking news? Tottenham Hotspur have offered RB Leipzig a banana, apple, and one fruit shoot drink for Xavi Simons.
See, I would have gone for two. I would see. There you go, Daniel Levy being cheapskate. Go and get a 4-pack and give it to him, and a bottle of whiskey as well, just to sweeten the deal. We've got more chance of signing anyone in the next 9 days than anyone finding life on Mars. I'll be honest.
No, the next 3 weeks will be extremely busy for all clubs. It's where it all probably kicks off this week.
Yeah. Well, since we're talking about it and Dermo's here, we'll end up with our Premier League predictions. Because we're here anyway, so we might as well. And then we're going to end the show. I
like how Bobby laughed at that.
Yeah. Then we're going to end the show. So, Dermo, I want your champions and the teams that are going to get relegated.
Champions, I am going to go for... Can I do my top 4? Top 5, is that right?
Go on, then. I'll give me your top 4. I don't want your top 5.
Champions will be Liverpool, Arsenal, Chelsea, Newcastle, and Villa. They're my top 5.
Okay. Who's getting relegated?
And the teams that are getting relegated is West Ham, Sunderland, and Burnley.
Okay. Bobby.
Oh, right. I'm going to do relegation first.
Come on,
Bournemouth,
make me happy. Say it.
Bournemouth, Brentford. I don't see him doing enough. Leeds.
Yes, get in, Bobby. I knew I liked you.
I don't see Leeds doing
I
enough.
knew I liked you.
I think it'll be interesting, but I just don't think they'll do enough. Top of the league, Jesus. Are we just doing top 4?
Top 4, yeah.
Yeah.
Whatever you
Liverpool
say,
win
it's your order.
it. Liverpool will win it. Arsenal will second. Ugh! This is hard. Why do I have to hard ones? Newcastle will come third. Chelsea 4th.
Okay, fair enough.
What about you?
The teams that are going down, bottom of the league, Leeds United, on hopefully minus 15 points. I know they're not gonna, but bottom. I'm gonna go then with Burnley. I think Burnley will go back down. I hope Sunderland stay up. I'm going to say Sunderland stay up, and I'm going to put Wolverhampton Wanderers down.
I can see it. Losing Cunha is a huge loss.
Yeah, it's massive.
Obviously, they just signed Fair Lopez, which is an all right signing, but nothing that's going to help them in the final third, which is
Cunha did.
survive.
Yeah.
But I do think Wolves will improve. But obviously, we're going by what we know now, like with the window. I know Chris is mentioning Burnley. Obviously, Burnley are a very soft spot for me, so I'm really never going to hate on Burnley. But I do expect them to have a good window. But Leeds, I just don't think they will. I know they've got good owners, but will they do enough?
No.
I just don't think they will.
No,
I think
they'll go down.
Brentford are going to struggle. Losing Thomas Frank is going to be a huge loss.
Oh, yeah. I mean, losing Thomas Frank, possibly losing Mblemo as well. We don't know who else is going to go.
They'll lose Mbremo. They'll probably lose Nathan Collins. They'll lose probably Wisser as well.
Probably Billing.
There's talk of Norgard leaving as well, because even Arsenal are looking at Norgard to get some experience in the midfield.
Are they going to have a team?
Well, this is my point. This is why I'm saying Brentford. I because then they haven't got the richest owners in the world. They will have to invest that very wisely, along with a new manager. If it was Thomas Frank was still there, I wouldn't have a problem with it because I trust him. But who the hell's going to take over from Thomas Frank?
Yeah, I don't know. My top 4.
Yes.
If, and this is a big if you sign Sesko or Gyökeres, Arsenal to win the league, then Liverpool second, Chelsea and Newcastle.
Okay. Did any of us put Man City in top 4?
And Man City to finish like, I don't know, 17th.
Bottom with minus 125.
Oh, yeah.
This is the thing. Everyone is obviously waiting. Look, at the end of the day, this is nothing to the Premier League. This is all to do with the independent panel. It's their job, no one else's. I expect them to have some kind of punishment, which is why I've not put them in the top 4. All you got to do is look at their signings. They are not normal Man City signings that they've made at all. Because if you're going to, let's look at just one position that they've gone with. Right, they've gone for Aït-Nouri. Are you choosing Aït-Nouri over Kirkez?
No.
No, you're not, are you?
No, never. But Kirkez signed. Oh no, Kirkez went for Liverpool, didn't he?
Yeah, he's gone to Liverpool. Man City could have done anything they wanted to get Kirkez. Let's be honest. Reisner's, I've never understood why people think he's good. I've watched him a lot. I don't think he's that good personally. Cherky, he's all right, but there's a reason why not many clubs went for him.
I mean, the most impactful thing he's done, I think, in the last year was his tweet saying he wants to kill Man United. I mean, how did that work out for you in Europa League? Not very well.
See, for me, Liverpool have have done amazingly, and they still haven't finished. They want a
No.
centre back, they want a striker. If they sell a left winger and if they sell a midfielder, they'll go for a left winger and a midfielder as well. So that's four other players that come in.
See, I get that. Obviously, I do understand Liverpool are going to be the team to beat. I completely get that. But I've been saying it for the last 3 years. That,
And wasting your money on it. Yeah.
yeah, I'm wasting my money. But I've been saying for the last 3 years as well, if Arsenal had a striker,
Yeah.
it'd be a different ball game.
I do get where you're coming from, but I think people underestimate how good Wirtz is. Wirtz, if anyone watched my fantasy window, I literally sold Odegaard to get Wirtz in because I would have Wirtz in any team I had because he's incredible. Yes, I'm part German, I don't care. But Wirtz is incredible.
It doesn't matter how good Wirtz is because, Ugarte is going to cripple him first time he gets a chance and he's going to be out for the season.
I wouldn't be shocked, right? Chris, be wary of this because this could happen. Because Napoli want Nunes and obviously Napoli need to get rid of Osherman, I can see a switch happening.
What, Nunes for Osherman?
Yes.
God.
I don't understand it. If you look at it on paper, you go, "What the hell are you on about? What are you smoking?"
I thought Liverpool were going for Isaac.
No, impossible. Impossible. The only way that happens is if Isaac asked to move, and I think he's too much of a nice character to do that. But then still, Newcastle will demand 150 million quid.
I wish some of our players had asked to piss him move.
Well, this is the thing. Napoli are like looking at Sancho, looking at Nunes. It's possible. It's
Can
possible.
somebody look at our players, please? We need a few out.
No, you stuck with them all.
Well, this is the problem with Tottenham because, and I'm not saying this as an Arsenal fan. I don't do this, Dermot. But you haven't got the type of players that people want, and they've had such a poor season, which does hurt them on the market.
Yeah, we don't. But we've got 4 massive buildings being built around the South Stand we're going to have, and we've got a hotel room as well. So, we've got a lot going at Tottenham, but in the wrong place. We ended up, it's going to be Tottenham Hotspur Business Club, not Tottenham Hotspur Football Club.
Yeah, Chris, this is what I was on about. That is possible. Obviously, I'm obviously quite close to all this stuff. That is possible. If that happens, I'm sorry. I don't care what Arsenal do. Liverpool going to be one hell of a team. If you think Salah, Oshman, Wirtz, jeez, makes me feel sick.
I'm going to play in middle at row because I've just seen that Onana's turned down interest from Monaco, so I'm going to go play in traffic.
I tell you one thing, though, I'm being honest, and this is no slight to you, Bobby. You and me are quite respectful for one another when it comes to Tottenham Arsenal, but
Yeah.
I think Colin is right. If you get a striker, you're going to be one hell of a tough team to beat this year.
Oh yeah, don't get me wrong. I know we're going to be better than we were last season, and I expect that because if we're
But
not,
I don't think Arteta's the man to do it.
No.
I think it's the next man after Arteta is going to take you to the next level.
yeah,
Whoever that manager is. But I just think Arteta's had the time. I reckon you should have sacked him at the end of this season. I honestly do. I think they should have said, thank you for your services. You finished second so many times. You won us an FA Cup. You'll always be a legend. Thank you all very much. Right, we'll move on.
Mm.
And
I'm
I
with
do
you,
think
Noel.
that. And
Yeah.
I just want us to do a decent transfer window because we didn't back the manager last transfer, and I just want Frank backed. That's all I want is an improvement, like Colin, finish in the top half. If I get top 8 and chat in Conference League, I'll take that now. I'll take Conference League football right now.
Mm. And one thing I do want to ask, so, I am scrolling through Twitter as we're talking, so just to keep up to date, see if anything's happened.
Mm.
It's not why are clubs not, because I know clubs are looking. Why has nobody made a move for Eze yet? Because according to reports, Palace are now willing to accept 3 installments of £20, £20, 20 million pounds.
20 quid. That'd be
20 quid.
music to Daniel Levy's ears.
3
He'd be down
installments
there
of
like
20
a
quid.
shot.
No, 3 installments of 20 million, so they get the 60 million price tag that they've put on him. Why
Don't
is
be
nobody making the move?
Don't be surprised if Spurs make a move before the end of the weekend.
There you go. Me personally, I believe he's going to Tottenham. I honestly do believe he's going to Tottenham.
He wants to come to Tottenham. It's just
Why?
Again,
Why would you want to go to Spurs?
because I was at the Palace game. I went to the Palace game last year when they played us off the park and beat us and absolutely destroyed us. And fair play to the. I was right next to the Palace fans, and I tell you one thing: they're loud. They are fecking out. I mean, they were singing at one point, "Why are you still sitting here watching this crap?" Now, I was putting it politely. And me and my mate Dave, we started singing back because we have to, which was really funny. But you can see Eze was talking to Sonny, he was talking to Romero before and after the game, like really trying to get to know. But he didn't go near Ange, but he was just talking to the players. So I think that once Panther come out to that, Daniel Levy would be over that like a rash. He'd be down there in the morning with 20 million check in his pocket. There you go. We'll take the pay off your hands now. Unless Man United get there first.
United won't be going in for Eze. I know he won't be going for Eze because he doesn't play the system. Eze's a wide forward, and we don't play wide forwards. So Eze won't be going to United. But I'm just like, I think I had this discussion before with somebody, and it's like, why would he not want to go to Spurs? It's like, but why would he? I know you've got Champions League football. Yeah, that's a massive pull, but a lot of other clubs have got Champions League football as well. So why would he choose Spurs over them?
I think it's a lot of it because it's in London. He wants to stay in London. If you're settled with a family in London, and say your children going to a school, you really won't want to move too far, would you? Really?
Yeah,
I think it's a lot to do with families actually as well. I would like. I just think I was saying it last night, and I said it today in another show I was on, but I think there needs to be a transfer cap as well, because I think the transfer market has gone absolutely balmy. And clubs cannot afford to pay the transfer fees that, even in the Championship or League One or League Two, they're even finding it hard. And you're having these big billionaires coming in from America. And I think it makes it very uneven, especially in League One or League Two. If you've got a Wrexham and a Birmingham spending billions and millions and millions and millions, it makes it an unfair league. So I do think there has to be a transfer cap coming. I don't know if Columns just fell off his chair that I spoke something sensible, or he's probably thinking he's speaking a load of nonsense.
No, sorry. I've just seen the funniest tweet ever. Oh my god!
What, Tottenham have signed someone?
No, are you ready? This is the funniest tweet I've seen. And you two, you're gonna have a laugh. Are you ready for this?
Go for it.
Yeah,
Everton will move for Eze. Personal terms are not an issue, and they are expected to agree an installment-based deal with Palace. What?
What?
Which morons put that out?
Not me.
Bobby's gone really quiet. He's like, I don't know whether Bobby's died from that news.
No, I'm checking my system. No.
Please tell me that isn't true, Bob. Whoever, please tell me that is not true.
No, it's not.
Why would you? No, I'm sorry. I know I'm saying why would you go to Spurs? Why would anybody go to Everton?
My washing machine does.
There's only one good thing coming out of Liverpool. So that's where Everton is. It's in Liverpool. The only good thing coming out of Liverpool is the road to leave Liverpool. That is it.
Or the Grand National.
No.
Why would you want to go to Everton anyway?
I don't know.
Please, Eze, come to Tottenham. Be sensible.
Maybe he really likes the idea of bin dipping. I don't know.
Maybe he likes grannies. Maybe he's talked to Wayne Rooney. He says the bingo halls are very good round there.
Maybe. I don't
Yeah,
know.
maybe. Don't know.
Right. I'm going to end it there because we've been nearly going for 2 hours.
Yeah,
Jesus.
I need to put my son to bed. So yeah.
And I came on and derailed the stream completely.
You
No,
did.
it's
It's your
fine.
fault. It's your fault,
Yeah,
Dermot.
blame you, Dermot.
Why are you blaming me?
Bobby, you know what to do. 15-point deduction for Spurs beginning of the
Easy
season.
done. Easy sorted.
Be real.
No worries.
Right,
Thank
awesome.
you. You're very kind.
You'll still finish above Man United next season.
I tell you, I'm looking forward to the first Tottenham Man United game. I'm looking forward to the first Tottenham Arsenal game. Hong Kong, Bobby.
I know.
The North London
No.
Derby podcast is starting early this year.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm looking forward to the second game of season.
Yeah, definitely looking forward to the first time. I think it's gonna be fun. The first game though, it's gonna be mental.
We got Burnley. That's 3 points written all over it for Burnley.
I've got to play that team in London. That's actually successful.
Oh yeah, you got Arsenal, haven't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, first game of
That's
season.
three. That's 3 points for Man United. Then
Is it 4:30 game on Sunday? Isn't it now?
Yeah.
So we will do it as a watch along then.
just come on. I'll just come on just for the laugh. Because Bobby knows I'm Arsenal's lucky charm.
Bobby cheering, me crying, and no laughing.
No, I'd actually be consoling you, Colin. Don't worry, I'm behind you. I'll be supporting Man United, that Manchester United that
You'll
day.
just hear a crash because I'll just throw myself through the window. Right, we are going. We're going.
Are you? Where are you going?
Well, I've got another stream to do in 5 minutes.
And I need to put my son to bed. So
I need to go and have another drink of water because I have not been drinking today. I don't drink.
When he says water, he means it's brown. It comes in a bottle and it's labelled Jack Daniels.
No, it means potsheen because that's water and it's white.
So it's vodka.
Yeah.
Right.
And gin.
Yeah, and gin, yeah. Right. Thank you, everybody, for this, what was a professional podcast for a while. And then just turned into absolute madness. We will be back again. I'm pretty sure you're going to see a lot more of us doing all this football down the tables and leagues. So make sure you tune in to there. Make sure you go check out Dermo at THFC Till We Die. Make sure you go check out Bobby at the Armory. And you can find me over on the Man United agenda as well. So stay safe, everyone. Have a good night. And I'll see you later.
Bye-bye.
Bye.